workers out on strike today, all workers in local councils and in education library boards, sending a clear message that the 1% offer from the employers is not enough. We want them back to the negotiating table, and we're standing up today for a better pay increase.
Workers all over the north and indeed Britain are very resolute in this one. Do you think this will change times?
Well, I think after 3 years of pay freezes and a lousy 1% offer last year, I think workers have had enough. I mean, you heard speeches today where workers were talking about people going for payday loans, using food from food banks. I mean, we live in a low-paid economy here in Northern Ireland, and you know, the public sector workers rely on employment in the public sector and rely on decent pay. If they're not getting decent pay, there isn't enough money to spend, there isn't enough money to go around, and our economy gets weaker and weaker and weaker. But it's, you know, the budget is controlled from Westminster, so we want our politicians here to send a message that they have to put more money into the coffers for local government, and this place in particular, Northern Ireland, we rely on the public sector employment. Private sector is so weak here. So, you know, we can't allow wages to fall any lower, or we're really heading for trouble here. Poverty levels rising all the time.
On a related matter, the so-called welfare reform bill, which the Tory-led coalition are trying to implement in the north, what are your feelings about that?
Well, we support those parties who are resisting implementing the welfare reform. We know from our own membership we're all low-paid workers, and over 80% of them are women that, you know, very often rely on a combination of pay and benefits. And if that's squeezed any further, I mean, the pressure on people is almost unbearable. So we say to those parties who are resisting, that's the kind of political stance you should be taking. Keep it up, and also do a bit of that kind of resistance on the pay front as well.
Well, today's rally was an opportunity for the public sector workers who were on strike to come down and mobilise together to centrally raise their voice, raise their message in terms of the objectives that they had from today's industrial action. Obviously, as a party, as individual councillors, we have come down to support the workers who are on strike, in particular our staff from Belfast City Council, people that deliver a vital service at every level right across the city. So it was an opportunity for us to hear, to listen to some of their concerns and relay that back within our own party structures, but it was also an opportunity for us to re-engage with our council staff and recommit ourselves, and we have a proven track record, but recommit ourselves to supporting them and ensuring that their rights are upheld and that we get the best deal possible for our staff.
Councillor Kieran Beattie, huge mobilisation from the west of the city.
Yes, there was lots of pickets taking place outside a number of facilities and buildings throughout the west and throughout the city indeed. These are well attended by staff. Our own activists, including ourselves, have been around a number of these sites visiting the workers and showing our support.
Do you get a sense that people are really digging in for the long haul here in terms of ensuring that they achieve their demands?
Yes, absolutely. The workers seem committed, as are we, and we'll fully support them all the way.
Deirdre, from a city council point of view, supportive of these demands?
I think definitely anything that enhances the right of our workers in the city, and particularly our public sector workers who are at the front end of public services. We will do all that we can as a party within Belfast City Council to ensure that their rights and their needs are met on a daily basis. One of the ways that we have done that is recently we supported a notice of motion in council where all employees should be on a living wage within Belfast City Council pay structures, and we're glad to say that that motion was passed, and I think that's one way that we can go and show that we're really meeting the needs of our workers. So it is an important issue. I think the big negotiation now is with the British government, who are carrying on with their austerity agenda of cuts, slashing the public sector, and I think the public sector and the trade union movement, along with parties such as ourselves, need to stand up to the British government and to say enough's enough.
You'll have seen the banner there depicting James Connolly. Obviously the city of Belfast has a very, very proud history in terms of the trade union movement. Republicans and indeed this party have been central to that. They've been at the heart of it, not only behind the scenes but at the front end as well, giving support to workers politically, publicity wise, but also being part and parcel of that very, very proud trade union and labour movement in the city. I mean, the party just this year brought forward our own motion around a real jobs clause for council. That's the kind of stuff that we're doing. We're part of that lineage. We're very proud to be part of it, and we'll continue advancing that cause of labour here in the city of Belfast.